Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. We are doing the very important micro mineral, the iron. It's very much important as well as the exam point of view and as well as the clinical conditions of the patients. Because iron deficiency anemia, it is commonest even in the developed countries. It's very common. Now, please, today we will revise the absorption, transport and storage. हमने पहले ये पढ़ा है तो अब हम उसको रिवाइज करेंगे कि first of all we took the food in which the iron is in the ferric form, and then the acidic medium will release it from the food. Then it is released from the food in the acidic medium, so hydrochloric acid is required. If we increase the pH or if we dilute the acidity, there will be hindrance in the absorption of the iron at the first step, and then we want it to be reduced for transportation into the plasma. So the reducing agents are the ascorbate and the cysteine, and now it is reduced to the ferrous form. Then it has to be go into the ferritin, and first it will be the again oxidized by the peroxidase enzyme peroxidase. Now it is again oxidized. It is picked up by the apoferritin in the GIT, and then it will convert into the ferritin. Then again it will be reduced into with the ferroreductase again in the ferrous form, and now it is picked up by the copper containing ceruloplasmin, or you can call it the peroxidase 2. Again it is oxidized into the ferric form because it will be picked up by the apotransferrin, and then later on to be converted into the transferrin, and then it will be deposited in the liver in the form of ferritin and hemosiderin, and in the bone marrow and in the muscles and other tissues. This was the absorption, transport and storage. Iron is stored in the liver, spleen and bone marrow in the form of ferritin. Ferritin is the storage form of iron, and as we have studied that in the mucosal cell it is temporarily stored. When it is at the first step of the absorption, it is being stored in the mucosal cell, and you can call it the temporary storage of the iron. It is the temporary storage of iron that can be used when it is required. When the plasma level of the iron will become low, the iron will release from here, so it can be used to raise the hemoglobin level. It is a unique metabolism because it's a one way, as it operates in a closed system and very effectively, efficiently utilized and reutilized by the body. In other words, there is no excretion in the urine, in the fecal. If there is excretion in the urine fecal matter, it could be the pathological, not the physiological. A very small amount can be secreted, you will see. Iron losses from the bodies are very minimal, less than 1 milligram per day, and it may occur through the bile, sweat, hair loss, because iron is not excreted into the urine. If there is a excretion of iron in the urine, it is called the hematuria, and hematuria is the pathological condition. there must be some pathology behind it, that physiologically iron is not excreted in the urine. Iron differs from other vitamins and other organic and inorganic substances which are either inactivated or excreted during the course of metabolic functions. For example, vitamins, water soluble, especially the water soluble vitamin, if they are high in amounts and not required by the body, they will be excreted out in the urine. But iron is not. It's a one way. Because iron entry in the body is very much controlled, its absorption is controlled, and it is according to the depending on the body needs. If the body doesn't require, the iron will not be absorbed. The other way, it is controlled at its absorption is controlled according to the requirement of the body. For example, when there is a menstrual cycle, there is blood loss, physiologically blood loss, then the requirement for the iron will be increased during this period. Iron demands can observe in the pregnancy because much more iron is required for both the mother and the child, lactation, and in growing children. Total body iron in a 70 kg man is near about 4 gram. It means near about 3000 to 4000 milligram. And most of the iron in the form of erythrocytes is present in the RBCs, hemoglobin. It is 2500 milligram. And then the reticular endothelial system, then there is the RBC destruction every 120 days. So then it is only loss is only 20 milligram per day, and the plasma average is the 4 milligram per day, and the body stores are 1000 milligram, which is reversible. It will go into the plasma when it is required. And in the myoglobin and respiratory enzymes, near about 300 milligram. Respiratory enzyme, electron transport chain, in which the ATP is formed. Here the iron is used for the transfer of the electrons. It's picked up and it's being detected, and during this process the energy is released in the form of ATP. So that is the cytochrome, that's called the cytochrome. It is near about the 300 milligram. This was the absorption, and also there is the equilibrium. 1 to 2 milligram daily is absorption, and the 1 to 2 milligram daily is the loss of the iron from the body. Then the diseases which are concerned with the iron deficiency or iron overloaded. The very important is the iron deficiency anemia. It is the most prevalent nutritional disorder world over, including the well-developed countries. It's very much common even in the well-developed countries, United States, United Kingdom. And there are many factors which contribute to the iron deficiency anemia. They may be the inadequate intake, and there may be the defective absorption of iron. There may be the chronic blood loss, unseen blood loss, which is not visible blood loss. And then the repeated pregnancy is one of the causes in our country, and the hookworm infection. These are very common causes in our Pakistan: repeated pregnancy and hookworm infection. Strict vegetarians they are more prone to the iron deficiency anemia. Why? Because the rich source is the whole meat or the organ meat, and the vegetarians, in all the vegetables there is very small amount of iron is present, and even then it couldn't be absorbed due to the certain inhibitors in the vegetable, oxalates, phosphates, and they can form the salts, and there will be hinders inhibition of the iron absorption. And these are the two reasons. In vegetables there is low content of iron, and there is the inhibitors in the iron absorption due to the formation of the complexes. It's commonly occur in the growing children, adolescent girls, pregnant and lactating women, where the iron demand is very much increased, so there could be the iron deficiency anemia, and it is mostly present in the growing children, in the adolescent girls, pregnant and lactating women. When we see in iron deficiency anemia, when we see the RBCs under the microscope, they show the microcytic hypochromic picture. Microcytic, small cytic cells, small cells, hypochromic, less color. They are less reddish. Why? Because of the reduced hemoglobin level. Hemoglobin gives the color to the RBCs, and when the level is low, less than 12 gram per deciliter, the patient may become the paler. You can see the patient, they are paler. Then what could be symptoms? Symptoms what the patient will tell you, and signs what you will see. The symptoms, fatigue, बहुत जल्दी थक जाना. पेशेंट आके आपको कहेगा जी मैं बहुत जल्दी थक जाता हूँ. हेडेक, कि जी मुझे अमूमन मेरा सर में दर्द रहता है, कोई खास वजह नहीं होती. देन द एक्सर्शनल डिस्निया, कि जी मैं थोड़ा सा भी चलता हूँ या चलती हूँ तो मुझे सांस फूल जाता है. These are the common symptoms. And then the difficulty in the concentration. जी मैं कोई चीज पढ़ने लगता हूँ या कोई, तो मुझे वो समझ नहीं आती. These are all the symptoms which are narrated by the patients of the iron deficiency anemia. And the sign which the doctor will see: pica, glossitis, cheilosis, tolyunica, and dysphagia. These are the common signs. Now what is the pica? Pica is characterized by an appetite for substances having no nutritional value. Ice, paper, hair. आपने देखो कि बच्चे मिट्टी काफी खाते हैं कई दफा, तो डॉक्टर के पास लेके आते हैं, तो उसमें द कॉमन आप उनको आयरन दें तो वो मिट्टी खानी छोड़ देते हैं. इट इज द कॉमनेस्ट cause, and it is called the pica, because appetite for the substances having no nutrition value. आपने देखो कि प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन हमारे देहातों में या लो इकोनॉमिकल स्टेटस में खास तौर पे मिट्टी खा रही होती हैं ड्यूरिंग प्रेगनेंसी, बर्फ खाएंगी, अपने नाखून चबाती रहेंगी, एंड दीज आर ऑल ड्यू टू द signs of the iron deficiency anemia and disease called the pica. Then the glossitis, tongue inflammation. आपने देखा होगा कि with the low socio-economic status बच्चों के मुंह बड़ा पका होता है, डॉक्टर के पास आते हैं कि जी बड़ा मुंह पक गया है. उसमें भी you have to see the deficiency of the iron. Then the koilonychia, स्पून शेप्ड नेल्स. आप उनके हाथ देखेंगे तो वो जो नाखून है वो चम्मच की तरह होंगे. देन द केलियोसिस, इट इज द पेनफुल इन्फ्लेमेशन एंड क्रैकिंग ऑफ द कॉर्नर्स ऑफ द माउथ. and it is also called the cheilitis. These are the common signs and symptoms of the iron deficiency anemia. These are very much important, as well as the examination point of view, and as well as when you will do inshallah practice. So this will be very frequently visiting patient. You can see these signs and symptoms. Then what is the treatment? Very simple. By the supplementation of iron, but along with the folic acid and vitamin C, so that the absorption could be adequate. Then the disease is due to the overloading, hemosiderin. In this, iron stores protein which can hold about 35% of iron by weight, and hemosiderin accumulates in the body, in the spleen, liver, when the iron supply of iron is excess of the body demands. Hemosiderin, it is the deposition of iron, it is the accumulation of iron in the body tissues like spleen, liver, when the supply is excess than the demand. Then the hemosiderosis. It is not common disorder, and it is due to the excessive iron in the body and commonly observed in the subject receiving repeated blood transfusion over the years. For example, for the patients of the hemolytic anemia, hemolytic, in which there is the destruction of the cell, anemia due to the destruction. There are certain diseases in which there is the destruction of the RBCs, premature destruction of the RBCs. Here, the patient needs the multiple repeated transfusions. And then the hemophilia, it's a bleeding disorder in which there are clotting factors are absent, and there is a bleeding even with a small injury. छोटी सी भी चोट लग जाती है तो उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा bleeding शुरू हो जाती है. These are the patients in which repeatedly blood transfusion have to be given. इनमें repeatedly हमें blood transfusion देनी पड़ती है. तो यहाँ पे this is a chance that there should be development of the hemosiderosis. It is a one way as we study, and once it enters the body, can't escape. Excessive iron is deposited as ferritin and hemosiderin. Then the hemochromatosis. It is also a rare disorder, but iron directly deposited in the tissues like liver, spleen, pancreas, and skin. And sometimes hemosiderosis is sometimes accompanied by the hemochromatosis. Then the bronze pigmentation of the skin. Can't see, just like skin. In the hemochromatosis, bronze pigmentation of the skin. Then the cirrhosis of the liver. Cirrhosis, shrinkage of the liver. Cirrhosis means shrinkage of the liver. Then the pancreatic fibrosis. There is the fibrosis of the pancreas tissue. Observe, pancreas is a very important gland. It is a exocrine and as well as the endocrine gland. Endocrine, it's a beta cells of Langerhans, insulin and glucagon. Insulin, when the plasma level is high. Insulin causing the intracellular shifting of the glucose. When the glucose, so when there is a pancreatic fibrosis, there will be insulin, less insulin secretion, and there could be the disorders which are due to the pancreas. Hemochromatosis causes a condition known as the bronze diabetes. Bronze diabetes This is the diabetes due to the pancreatic fibrosis, in which there is the hemochromatosis, and due to the hemochromatosis pancreas becomes unfunctional, and so there could be the Brown's diabetes. Thank you very much. Next, inshallah, we will study the other microminerals. Thank you.